What is up, everybody? Today we have a movie, The R.I.P. Man. We got reached out to on Twitter, not Twitter, Instagram, by
They're
the
all the
director or
same. Let's
writer.
let's
We
be
got,
real.
they're all one of the platforms. Shout out the director, Jamie Langlands, and the writer, Rhys Thompson, asked us to watch this movie and review it. Sean, did you know anything about The R.I.P. Man?
I actually didn't know anything about this. The only thing I knew is that we both listened to Colby Does Horror. Shout out to Colby, and we also listened to Ian Van Gool. And both of these guys had talked about this movie when it first came out, and I had actually forgotten all about it until they messaged us. So I was really excited for this watch.
Same, actually. That's so funny too. I remember there was hype they talked about. I remember seeing that. I guess this was based on a short. I guess they had a short of the R.I.P. Man, and they wanted to make a full feature. And same thing, I saw it on TikTok. I saw people talking about this. Like I don't know if that was months ago or even a year at this point. I'm not 100% sure. I forget when this actually came out, but that's all I knew about it too. So you want to jump right into this?
Let's jump right into this. I absolutely love Justin when a movie has the balls to try a cold opening with just a kill right off the bat because we don't really know anything that's going on getting into this movie. And we see the RIP man and he's stalking this girl, Abigail. And he does this thing where like he leaves the door open, he kind of like teases her. But I absolutely love when she's backing up and she's got her back kind of pressed against the closet
Hmm.
and you see just his hand. You know what I mean? And
Oh
and then the
yeah.
kill begins, and I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I could have used like a little more dialogue or you know what I mean, some more tense music or something to really ramp up the scenes. But I was like, I really like the direction this is going so far
And
because
the
of like the sneak up kill.
And dude, when there was like the little plastic teeth chattering like
Yeah.
toy on the bed, that was creepy as shit. And I'm not gonna lie, like when I was watching this movie, I'm having some teeth pain, like my lower right side. I've been having some like dental issues. I've been like kind of like having like a real tough time with. So I kind of like freaked me out. I don't like this whole dental part of it because it's just actually kind of scary to me. But I'm sorry, keep going.
Well, right after this opening kill, we do get the opening title card, and then we meet our group of friends. I'm not 100% sure on all their names, but they do kind of hang out at a bar. Um, they get you could tell the chemistry between who's who in the group. Like the long haired guy is kind of he gives off like Playboy vibes.
Yep.
The brunette, she kind of gives off like I'm here for you, I'm a good friend vibes. And then we meet Jaden, who was actually dating Abigail and is just absolutely heartbroken and devastated by what had happened to her from the RIP man. And then you also meet what is it, Cassidy? Is the blonde girl?
There was. Did we say there's one was called Nikki? Was that or she?
Nikki is the brunette,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forget the
I
blonde girl's
believe.
name.
And then Donnie and Cassidy, I believe, are the couple. And they
All right,
give
we'll go with
off,
that.
yeah, they kind of give you like the best of friends, but really not the best of friends. Kind of like maybe after college is all said and done, they all might kind of go their own separate ways. But for now, they're a tight knit group. I don't know if you got those kinds of vibes.
Yeah, no, I can see. I get what you're putting down.
Especially when our long haired, can't believe it's not Butterman decides to leave the group and call it a night and head out. And I think he ends up in like a back alley.
Dude, this first of all, the scene is creepy as shit, and we'll cover that. But I didn't even know where he was, but this was actually scary.
Yeah. Uh, Talking about like the film as a whole, the opening into this bar scene, into them in college talking about things, I was like, you can feel the like the indie horror, the low budget, like shot on maybe a digital camera of that effect. But when he goes and he starts walking in these back alleys and he gets like the teeth chatterer, we get kind of like a green filter. I love the camera shot of when the RIP man is walking down the alley and he's like blurred out, and then it kind of like fades in and out between focus and blurriness. That creeped the shit out of me. And I love how this film is growing as we're watching it. You can almost feel like the maturity from the start towards the middle and then towards the end and like growth as a film, which I thought was pretty cool,
Dude, this
especially
scene
for a
was
low budget indie.
That's what I mean. This is a British indie, like very obviously low budget film, and this part actually was scary when the dude was like walking through this alley. You hear the chattering teeth, and like it's really dark. And you see him like he puts his head through, and they see him on the. I was honestly like, I had like my headphones on, and I was watching this in a dark room, so I was like actually freaked out looking. And then you saw, I literally wrote like, where the hell is this Dracula's castle? Like this is actually creepy because there's like candles and shit. I'm like, what is even happening? And then like, his name's what, Timmy. He gets the text and it's a tooth emoji with the R.I.P. dates on it, which is super creepy. And when right before, like you said, when we see the guy down the alley, like you hear evil laughing. And then you see like the evil Billy Corgan looking guy, like the
I wrote him
R.I.P.
down as
man.
Uncle Festa for a second.
Yeah, like it looks like Uncle Fester
He
between
also
like.
looks like he could be a really good vampire in 30 Days a Night.
Okay, so
I
that
mean,
was my.
granted, he has no teeth, so he would probably starve to death, but
So I wrote this is a cross between Billy Corgan, Uncle Fester, and the 30 Days of Night vampire. Like I literally was like, is
same
this guy a
page.
vampire? Like, not. I was like very freaked out, and especially like how he's walking towards him. He like hits a button, dude. There's like remote. There's a saw blades on the ground by remote, and it
I
cuts
had
the
to
dude's.
rewatch that twice because at first I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and it cuts his feet. And then I was like, oh my god, the dude steps on his head onto the saw. Are you kidding me? And saws his freaking head, and then he drills his face just like he did in the first one. He drills and he extracts a tooth. And like I said, someone watching this with dental pain, my god, like damn man.
It was so gory and so well done because when they showed, like, they didn't show the actual kill, so you don't see all that splatter where you would need
Yeah.
like high end effects to make it believable or anything like that. They do this thing where they show his hair and it's bloody and it looks
Ugh.
like there's like bits of like skin and flesh and like chunks of skull in it, and it's very disgusting and effective.
And I wanted to shout out right now before I talk about this next scenes. This is very ambitious because, like I said, this is a low budget. It probably would have been so easier just to have this guy go on and just have like tons of kills. But this movie, I feel like it tries to be like a serial killer, like serious movie at the same time. Because right after like this kills, we see like detectives, you see detectives working on the case, so it has like that feel of like an actual like serial killer movie. And then we see like Jaden. This dude is doing his own detective work by himself. He's like searching all missing people, if they had connections to Abigail and stuff. The dude's got spreadsheets and everything. So, like, you see, this is like a lot of detective work going on behind the scenes and everything. And we see Jaden starts getting texts from Nikki's phone to meet, and Nikki's also out trying to go meet him. And once they'll get on it, holy shit, creepy. Where the hell is this again? Is this like some weird castle? Because once again, now it's Nikki, I believe, and we see the chattering teeth, and she's in some dark, abandoned like place. Super creepy. It's like, my God. And she's backing up, and all of a sudden we see the I almost called him the drill man, the R.I.P. man, slices her throat. The whole drill thing starts happening. I wrote, damn, this dude is absolutely terrifying.
He's a
My God,
menace. I know
absolute
we haven't
menace.
had like much time to really attach to any characters so far,
Yeah.
but I don't know about you, but I feel like Nikki was my favorite.
Yeah, sure. So it's funny. One of the only downfalls, like I was talking going to talk about later, is I don't love any of the characters. I feel like that would have helped me like love this even more. But yeah, and the fact that he's like I'm like, what is he doing? He's got R.I.P. like brace. What do you call that thing? Like a mouth guard or
Moth guard,
something. Yeah, mouth guard. And he like takes it out. You see him like putting in a tooth, and I'm like, my God, like what is even happening? And
absolutely disgusting.
disgusting. And then you have a really weird scene, like he's like in a dark hat and he's like smiling all creepy and everything, and all of a sudden you hear like a baby crying. And I'm like, this is weird as shit. And all of a sudden you see like an image of his like I guess his like mother, and it's like, stop crying,
I
Alden, like
literally just
stop
wrote down
crying.
Killer has weird mommy issues.
That's what I wrote. I wrote, okay, so I was like, this is gonna definitely be put into a Billy Corgan song after when he
Yes.
finishes this because he clearly has some mommy issues.
The world needs some dental floss. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, I'm definitely, dude. When I make promos for this, you know,
rinse and
100% use it.
repeat.
100% using all the Smashing Pumpkins. And you see the detectives now. He's looking. He's actually in a store, and he's looking, and he sees the chattering teeth, and he kind of goes there and like asks about it, and the guy kind of like grabs him and puts him away, and he's like,
Huge red flag.
yeah, all the red flags right now. The guy acts very odd about when he asks about him, and
I
he,
think this is the point where I texted you and I was like, I'm watching it now too. And I was like, I really don't know what's going on
yeah,
because like I'll give this movie credit. We do find out later on why everything happens the way it happens, but I am so used to having so much dialogue and context thrown at me in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the film that my brain is like, you're missing something. You're missing something. This isn't right. Why is he talking like that? You're missing something. Are you
Yeah.
paying attention? You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. And this movie's definitely ambitious because this starts getting way more batshit crazy when the guy goes back to the store owner and yeah, he's like, he's like, were they sold from your store or whatever? And the guy's like, no, they weren't sold from my store, but I do know what they are. He's like, I'm pretty sure he says they were made for his adopted son who has a rare dental disease. It starts with an A. Can't even pronounce it. I
Yeah,
forget what
I
it's
didn't even
called.
try to write it down when he said
Yeah,
it. I was like, all right, we're gonna go with rare dental disease.
yeah, and he basically says like his name's Alden Pick. He's basically all gums, and he says he's been obsessed with those toys like over the years. He just always wants more. He's always obsessed with them, but he's also was sectioned to a psychiatric institute years ago. But it keeps getting crazier. He also escaped and he went missing. But nope, that's not all because he loved like Middle Italy and he found a tooth clan of like a dental
It's called a
cult.
dentist cult. Oh, the
Yeah,
dentist
there's a
clan.
dentist cult of other gumless people that have this. But no, it keeps getting no. It's not. It's there's more, and they all would like remove like people's teeth in insane ways. Like holy
So
shit.
you're telling me that a serial killer with these kind of tendencies, they're not born, right, Justin? They're bred.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I blame this adoptive dad for everything. Because why would you mock your kid with chattering teeth as his toy?
Right. Like,
This is all
oh,
your fault. And then to let
oh,
him find the adoption paperwork without telling him like what had actually happened. I
right.
think that's when he said like he just went berserk and we had to stick him
Yeah.
in an institution.
Yep, he
How
did.
about no? He's probably just a teenager trying to figure out what's going on, and he
Hmm.
just found out he's adopted. Let him be mad at you for a little while.
Also, can we just also speak about like I give this movie props, dude. That's a wild, insane like backstory. Like that's some original backstory shit right
This
there.
this is when I started paying attention because I was like, all right, I like this backstory. I can get into this.
Yeah. And like I will say, like some of the pacing in this movie, I had a little bit of issues with. The pacing is not great. Like sometimes I'd get sucked in, like the parts like this, I like was loving it. And then there's definitely like some slow parts that would take me out and get me back in. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of good to this freaking movie. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, this is absolutely insane.
And then right
And
after that, the detective or the cop or whatever, they go to the hospital where is it Alden or Olden? It's
Alden.
Alden, yeah.
Yeah.
Where Alden actually broke free and he sits down with the head psychiatrist and he shows him some of Alden's stuff. There's mouth guards, there's pills, there's a picture with two people xed out with frowny faces, the normal stuff. Um, as their conversation continues, he's basically like, "Hey, what's the real reason you're here, man? Because like I want Alden back just as much as you, but like, why are you really here? Like, there is no urgency in the fact that a bizarre, insane, you know, maximum security mental health patient has broken free, almost like Michael Myers.
Right?
Yeah, going back to Haddonfield. There's no urgency. There is no like presence. He's like, yeah, after he broke out, we increased our security measures. So what are you doing to
It,
find him, my guy? Just
I
gonna
guess like
leave him
yeah.
out there until he's like, I need 3 hots and a cot now. I'll come home.
Right? Like whatever. Like he's out there lurking the streets in the shadows somewhere. He'll turn up.
Yeah. And then after he has this conversation with the psychiatrist, I think he actually gets the address for his biological
Yeah,
parents.
he finds his parent.
And
Yep.
he goes there and he has a conversation with them. And these parents suck because they couldn't deal with his crying at night pretty much. So they gave him up for adoption when he was just a year and a half old, 18 months. They talk about how he had this tooth collection and all this other shit and how he's grown into this man that they were like kind of keeping tabs on, and he joined this like dentist clan. And I was like, all right, he really just said dentist clan. I'm like, all right, this is fucking wild.
Yeah.
They the detective is getting ready to leave and they hear their youngest son coming down the stairs. They're like, oh, let me introduce you to Donnie.
I,
It's Alden's younger brother.
crazy that's Donnie's. Yeah.
And I wrote down, I was like, all right, this is really starting to click now why all of his friends are dying.
Yeah.
They decide, all right, we are going to tell Donnie what's up because we feel bad as parents that we never told you that you had a older brother that we gave up for adoption at 18 months. They bring out the baby album like they're the most caring parents in the world, and they had to give them up because they needed to sleep at night and they weren't ready to have sleepless nights as parents. So fuck you. Um, this
And didn't
dad
they say
basically
he was
said,
like, didn't he say he's like, he was so pale and had like a melancholy cry? I'm like, what the
yeah,
shit?
all right, dude. So like, how about we just find some help for your son and you be the bigger parents and try to give him the best life possible?
Oh
Maybe, and
man.
then all these kids aren't dead. But yeah, that's on you, dude, because Donnie gets pissed and he leaves. And his dad doesn't even move out of the chair to try and stop him. I think he says he's like, it's my duty and my right as a father to keep him safe. No, bro, you lost your rights as a father when you
I-
threw your kid away because he had
yeah,
melancholy and no teeth.
I know. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like now all of a sudden you care, but like you said, you got rid of the baby.
And then the mom is like, how are you going to do that? Like, he's gone. Like, you didn't even get up out of the chair. And he's like, don't worry. I track his phone.
I did
How
think
is
that was
that going
hope.
to stop a maniac from killing your kid? I know where he is.
I know
I
where he
know where
is.
to find the body.
I know. Oh my God.
But we see it's party time now back at the bar. And Clarissa, it's her birthday. I think she just turned 21. But I feel bad for Jaden because as they're all partying, they're having a good time. There's a live band. They're all kind of feeling themselves. They're finally letting go of everything that's going on. Jaden, this man is so heartbroken that he sees a girl with heart-shaped glasses on and he instantly thinks it's Abigail. And it almost puts him into a trance. Like he walks up to her and it's like she's talking to him and he's talking back. And then he kind of snaps out of it and he realizes this is a completely different girl. And he says, all right, man, I need to go get some fresh air. I need to leave. And just kind of walks out. And when all of your friends are being murdered, maybe let's go for a walk underneath the streetlights, maybe in a busy area, or just stay outside the bar, and let's maybe not respond to an unknown text message that says like giant tooth, you're gonna die today, and then walk through a graveyard and pick up like the chattering teeth, and then I don't know, maybe not go into the catacomb
Red flags.
with his all dead bodies, and I don't know, maybe not um what do you want to call this, a torture tomb. It's like a
I know. I didn't even.
sarcophagus, but it's one of those with like the giant spikes in it that they would use in medieval times. So you would shut it on the body and it would kill you and then drain all your blood out of you. Yeah, let's maybe not inspect that and see if it's still sharp and then stand directly in between the two pieces so your killer can walk up and just slam it shut and be like,
Slam
aha,
shut.
got you. Gotcha,
Gotcha.
bitch.
They fall for it every time. Let's go.
Every time. Bunch of idiots. And
Oh.
then Donnie does feel bad and he's like, hey, I need to go find Jaden, whether or not he needs my help or I'm just gonna kick his teeth in for leaving. Like he's pissed. And he goes out and he looks up, he looks for Jaden. And why would you think your friend would walk through a graveyard and then into a catacomb or some kind of like steeple or something like that this I'm like, what are you guys doing? It is pitch black out. You're all inebriated right now.
Oh, the red
Why?
flags are hilarious. I
Why?
throw all the red flags at the scene.
But he goes in there and how do you miss? Does he see the dead body? I
Uh,
think I think he misses the dead body,
yeah, I don't think he saw it.
but he follows like these chattering teeth, and he winds up going upstairs. And in the back of my head, I was like, "Oh, hey, way to get nice and comfy, Donnie. You take off your jacket, you hang it up, you walk up. Must be real nice in there, cozy. Probably gonna sit down on the couch and hang out, right?"
Yeah.
No, because right after he picks up the teeth, his brother shows up, and now it's Alden and Donnie for our final showdown. They
Let's
start
go.
beefing it out, and my only set of notes is why is it so quiet? Give me some words from Donnie at least. Because I mean, our killer hasn't talked the whole movie. I get that, but give me some words from Donnie. Give me some like ramped up, score. Give me something because this is an intense, well acted fight between these two guys. And I feel like it's missing something. Like I
Yeah,
needed something to
I
go
thought
with
Donnie.
it.
I was waiting to see if Donnie was going to say something.
You know what I mean? Or like, this is for my friends, you piece of shit. You know what I mean? Just anything, but it was just so quiet. And then it's interrupted very rudely by the dad who decides to show up and be a parent and kill his oldest son by putting a bullet in his neck. You son of a bitch. I mean, that's one way to get your world's best dad coffee mug on Father's Day, right? Save your
Oh hell
kid.
yeah. Yep.
But this effectively puts an end to the reign of terror that Alden has been laying on these kids. Right, Justin?
Oh, it's all over. Nothing. And we're gonna have a nice happy ending, right? When we see Donnie and his girlfriend just relaxing on the couch and everything, and then all of a sudden we see they get a text, and they're both kind of panicking. They're like, "Oh, it's from an unknown number." And then all of a sudden we go right to another scene, and it looks like there's a freaking tongue cut out, dripping blood, as like a phone's off the hook, saying like, "I really need like an appointment. I really need an appointment," and it's what is his name? Mr. Beatson, the oh my God, the it was the doctor of the psychiatrist place, right? Was that who got killed?
I think so. It didn't really give you like a clear shot. I couldn't tell if it was him or the detective that found the teeth.
All right, yeah, I got confused too. It's funny. At first, I
Not
thought it
the
was
heavy
this.
set detective, but the other one that like was in there dressed like he was going out partying
All
and
right,
found
because
these by accident.
yeah, at first I thought it was a detective, but I thought a person on the phone was saying like, I really need an appointment. I really need an appointment. So I thought it was maybe the mental person.
Might be.
But then we see he is dead, and then we see a guy with a menacing smile, and it is the new R.I.P. man, which I imagine is part of the whole dental cult clan.
Now, I got a question. Is it his tongue that's ripped out? Because he's got like a bloody smile.
Oh
Did he cut
shit!
his own tongue out so he can't talk? And maybe that's why Alden doesn't talk this whole movie or make any sounds?
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to check that out. I thought he killed the guy and ripped it off, but we'll have to check this out again. I'll have to rewatch that ending after.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, for an up and coming writer and director, and
Hmm.
for a movie that was turned from a short into a full length feature film, and these guys obviously you have to find your own funding. You have to do a lot of legwork and a lot of heavy lifting to get something like this off the ground. There are things that I would love to see improved with the second one, and that comes with like the score, maybe a little bit more context clues towards the beginning of the movie. I love the boldness of the cold opening kill and then the just driving right into like this is what's happening.
Hmm.
It left me wanting to know more about the R.I.P. man. Like even if I had like a 5 minute set of scenes of kind of like a flashback of like where he came from
Hmm.
and like him in the institution and like finding like the dentist clan, like those little context clues, I would have liked it a lot more. I still enjoyed this. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. But I'm going to give this a solid 5.7. And I hope, and I think we will see like growth with this writer and director because you could see it in this film from the very start to the very ending that there was some form of growth and maturity as writer and director developing a movie. And I was impressed with camera work and acting and storytelling as the movie went on that I thought I wasn't going to get because of the way the movie started.
All right. Very well said. So I wrote, there's a lot I liked here and some stuff that didn't work for me. But I wrote like the stuff that didn't work. I didn't really love any of the friend group. Like I feel like if I got attached more to the character, I would like it a little more. Um, and some of the pacing didn't work super great for me. There was certain parts where it got like a little slow. Like I feel like the scenes could have just shaved off a little bit. But at the same time, holy shit, man, there is a like the backstory for Alden is amazing. That is super unique and actually like really smart. I feel like that was written really well. And that's why I kind
Oh,
of wish
so
that
well. And that's why I wanted so many more context clues.
well, dude, that's why I feel like I wish I liked one of the friends a little more, just because I feel like that character, the R.I.P. man, was actually written so well, and that part was like so good. And also, like this was super ambitious. The fact that they tried to make it, it almost felt like a like Silence of the Lambs, like of like the that mixed with like a typical slasher. It was like kind of like mixed together. So I thought that was like very ambitious. And also, like you said, some of the shots and stuff, I thought it was filmed really, really good. Some of the dark alley stuff, even at like the party scene, like how like when the band was playing, I thought
I
like you
thought that
could,
was all such great camera work. And that's what I mean of like the growth and development because
yeah.
it felt like, you know, when they say practice makes perfect with sports,
Oh yeah,
and you see a baseball team in season, like I saw, I mean, I hate to bring this to kids, but I saw it with my son's baseball team where the first game it looked like these kids just had no chemistry and they
yeah,
weren't like really clicking, but they got the job done. And then towards the end of the season, I was like, holy shit, like this is a great group of kids.
yeah. Yeah, no, I thought, like I said, you could tell these guys are definitely talented. And the same thing so I give it a 5.9 out of 10. But definitely people should see this. Like I said, keep in mind it's a British indie horror. But I'm amazed. Like these guys are super talented, and I'm excited for part two. Like I really think,
Like I'm genuinely excited for part two. I feel
no,
like with
I am
a
too.
financial backing and the
Yeah,
time and them honing their skills to make R.I.P. Man 2, I feel like, and I'm not just saying this because they sent us a screener, like I thoroughly enjoyed this, but Alden's story, I feel like not only could we get a sequel to see where the dentist clan goes, but I feel like we could get a prequel to see what made this guy insane.
that's what. No, I think there's a lot you could do with this, especially at the end of the movie with showing like that other guy there. And never mind, like you have cool backstory. That's what I mean. I think there's a lot to this, and yeah. So I actually am very excited to see what happens in part two, and I will definitely be there to support them. So shout out both of them. That's awesome. You got
Yeah.
any fun facts?
I do not have any fun facts. Do you?
Not really. So I don't know if this is true or not. I did read in one of the. I read someone else's review, and they said that this was a 20,000 budget. And if that is true, if they did all
That's
that,
insane for
no,
20
that's what I
grand.
mean. Like I'm not saying this is fact. I read someone else's review, and they said for a 20K budget, they did a ton. And if that is true, that's an absolutely insane. Because if for $20,000, if they made this and that good, and I like that, that
Because
would blow me
let's be
away.
100% honest, dude. If you have a $20,000 budget on a movie, you could easily spend that 20,000 on sound equipment, a camera, and then one location.
That's what I mean. Like
And then not even have enough money to pay your extras, your actors, your editors, nothing like that. Like that's insane if this was 20
that's
grand.
what I mean. Like if I
I've
read
seen
that from a
movies with $1 million that look worse.
That's what I was shocked at. I was like, I read that from someone else's review, so I'm taking it from that. But if that is true, it's crazy. And then I just wanted to say, like the actor who plays the R.I.P. man, Owen. Oh man, I'm bad at names. Llewellyn, maybe. Dude, creepy as fuck. Shout out to that guy. Absolutely terrifying. And that's all I got. Excited. Support indie horror. Go out and check this out. And I'm ready for part two.
Oh, I found a fun fact.
Oh, what do you got?
What's a good time to go to the dentist?
Oh, is this like a dad joke? I don't know.
2:30.
Oh, tooth hurty,
Ah.
okay.
All right, hack stab slash. Until next time, we will see you at 2:30. Bye bye.
Peace.